Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me in the comments? Fantastic. All right, so this is how my client Nathan dropped 17 pounds in the last 8 weeks. And this is a little picture of him, right? And we've dropped that's just in the last 8 weeks. We've dropped more pounds in total. So I'm going to be going over training, nutrition, and then how we stay motivated. And I want to make this as concise as possible. So let's just get right into it. So for training, what he was doing was following a program that he actually had time for, right? Imagine I told him, all right, Nathan, you got to work out 5 days a week. And if you miss a workout, then that's too bad. Obviously he wouldn't be successful. So we communicated and we talked. He was like, okay, I can commit to 3 days a week and I can go on a couple walks here and there. I was like, okay, fantastic. That's all you need. So I gave him a workout program designed on his specific goals, right? He told me he wanted to bring up his upper chest, build his shoulders, and just also cut down quite a bit of fat. So that's exactly how I designed his workout program to do that. So on, chest day on Monday, chest and back, lots of exercises to focus on his upper chest. And then and then we had like a shoulders and arms day, and then we had a leg day as well. So that was his 3-day workout program that he followed week after week for the last 8 weeks. Now, as much as the workout program does matter quite a bit, what matters more is what you actually do inside the workout program. Like, are you getting stronger week after week, right? So if you're taking notes right now, I highly recommend you do. If you're not, write down this thing called progressive overload. Progressive overload is when week after week you actually get stronger. What does that mean? So maybe one day you're doing bench press, you're doing 100 pounds for 3 sets of 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. What you want to do is after that first week of doing 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps for 3 sets, you want to do more than you did the last time. So what does that look like? Instead of doing 3 sets of 10, maybe do 3 sets of 12 with that same weight. And then the week after that, up the weight to maybe 110 pounds and then do 3 sets of 8 reps, 8 reps, 8 reps. And then over time, build back up to 3 sets of 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. And then over the span of 1-2 weeks, Nathan was able to increase his bench press for pretty much all exercises because he was actually tracking his lifts. So you want to get stronger every single week by adding more reps to every exercise, add more set, or you could add a set if you would like. You could add weight as well, which is a good one. Like every single week, try to add a bit more weight on the bar, on the dumbbells. And also you could improve your form as well. So, literally improving your form, slowing down the tempo on the way down, or just dialing in on your form even more. That's one way to progressive overload. So 3 days a week, progressive overload every single time. And with that, he was able to get stronger in the gym. With him getting stronger, he was able to pack on more muscle. Why is that so important that you pack on more muscle? If you pack on more muscle, you are going to have more muscle on your body, meaning just by existing, you will just automatically burn fat because your body has more muscle on it, right? Having a lot of fat on you, it doesn't burn a lot of calories. Having a lot of muscle on you burns quite a bit more calories. And that's why you need to be working out and getting stronger. Because if you're not getting stronger, you're not building muscle. And without building muscle, you're not going to just automatically burn calories. Not to mention, if you want to get that aesthetic physique that you actually like, when you take your shirt off in the mirror, you're going to want to have some muscle. Otherwise, if you just cut down, you're just going to look like a very skinny version of yourself. Not going to really look good. Not going to look like you lost that much weight. You're just going to look like a smaller version of yourself, but not in a good way. So that's what we had him do. And also, if he missed a workout, it was no big deal. We just made sure that he pushed that workout to the next day, right? We didn't beat ourselves up about it. We didn't say, oh, screw it, missed a workout, rest of the week is done. Nah, we just moved the workout one day over and he hit it. Now for his activity level, super, super important is to increase your steps, right? I don't have any of my clients do like insane running or things of that nature, like no cardio, no super intense workouts. I have all my clients just focus on increasing their step count. Nathan came to me, he was doing about 3,000, 4,000 steps a day. And the way that we were able to actually allow him to eat more calories while still losing weight was just increasing his steps. So every single week we upped his steps by 2,000. You might think that's a lot, but all that is just an extra walk outside for 10 minutes. Maybe standing a little bit more, parking farther away from the gym, from work, from the grocery store, just walking around. getting those extra steps in. So week after week, an extra 2,000 steps. Right now, Nathan's sitting at around 13,000 steps a day, and he just does that by, a morning walk, an evening walk, walking around between his sets, in between his workouts, and parking farther away. And that's literally it. He does track his steps on an Apple Watch, which is super, super helpful. If you have an Apple Watch, or even if you can track it on your phone, very, very helpful. So if you're watching this and you want to know, okay, how do I just burn more calories the easiest way? What you can do is just add 3,000 steps on top of whatever you're currently doing. So if you're at 3,000 steps, bump that up to 6,000. As far as his nutrition goes, Nathan asked me, I asked Nathan, how many meals do you want to eat a day? What are your allergies? What are your favorite foods? And then I was like, all right. And then he told me, okay, these are my favorite foods. I want this many meals. These are my allergies. And I made him I made him a meal plan designed for that. Now, week after week, he's not following that set meal plan. It's not super strict. But initially, what I told him to do is, okay, follow this meal plan. And right off the bat, he was dropping weight. But after 2 weeks, I transitioned him to flexible dieting. And that's where I teach him how he can eat the foods that he loves while still losing weight. For example, he asked me, okay, Aiden, how do I fit in Subway into my diet? So I taught him how to track his calories in only 5 minutes a day so that he was actually able to learn how to fit in foods, right? Tracking calories is not restricted. It actually allows you freedom. It teaches you what's in foods, and it allows you to play around with your other meals to fit in another meal, right? And this is what I do myself, right? Say I have a dinner out, I'm just going to track my calories and eat a little less throughout the day so that I have more calories saved up for that larger meal. And then just like that, I'm able to enjoy that meal guilt-free while still losing weight. So flexible dieting. Right now, Nathan's eating around 2,600 calories with 13,000 steps. If we didn't have him doing those steps, he'd probably be eating more around 2,300 calories. And that's not a lot for his weight. So that's why increasing his steps allowed us to eat more foods, which was super, super helpful. Now, as far as protein goes, I made sure that he had almost 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, why do I say almost? Now, it's very, very difficult to get 275 grams of protein a day on 2,600 calories. So 250 will get the job done. So that's what we did. 0.7 to 1.0 grams of protein per pound of body weight is what you want to shoot for every day. You don't really know how to do that unless you track your calories. So what are some of Nathan's meals? Honestly, they were quite delicious. So we had meals like, I gave him a recipe for like protein pancakes in the morning, or like a nice breakfast smoothie, protein chocolate oatmeal, like that's a good one. But another super solid one is, I taught him how to make a nice like teriyaki chicken rice, beef and potatoes. Another one was like, I taught him how to make pizza, like a big thing of barbecue pizza, literally this big, that you can eat all to yourself and it still hits your calories. And there's like 100 grams of protein, like it's super solid. And I also taught him how to make chickens, right? So the point of all that is that if you find some recipes that you want to eat and you love, you can absolutely fit them into your diet. So there are a ton of recipes out there. I have a ton on my page as well, which are super, super solid. So learn how to fit in foods that you love into your diet instead of just cutting everything out, okay? I didn't have Nathan cut anything out. Yes, we did limit liquid calories. For example, instead of drinking full sugar Cokes, which don't really fill you up, but they're just full of sugar, we just have them switch to diet drinks because it's the same size, same flavor, carbonation still fills you up, and also it's 0 calories. So you can actually drink quite a bit of them to keep you full in between meals. So every other meal, after every meal, Nathan was able to actually drink a diet drink, and with that, he was able to stay full between his meals. Now, how did Nathan stay motivated? This is the big one, and this is where most people struggle with, right? Staying consistent is difficult, right? That first week, you'll be like, okay, I'm so motivated to go. I'll do whatever it takes. But then after a couple weeks, motivation goes down. So what we had to teach Nathan was actually the discipline behind it. So what I had him do was every single morning, I had him write down, okay, what is my goal? What's important to me? And I had him focus on that every single day at the start of the day, right? Nathan was very, very motivated, but if you feel like you're not motivated, what you can do is literally every single morning, write it down on your phone or even a journal, whatever works for you. Write down your end goal and really try to visualize that. Like, set a 2-minute timer on your phone and literally like close your eyes and visualize what would your life be like when you drop the weight, when you drop 10, 30, 50 pounds, how would your life be better? Think about that feeling. Think about all the upsides, all the benefits of you being in the best shape of your life. Think about that at the start of every single day, and you're going to stay motivated and have that deep why, right? If your why is just, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds so that, I can be a little more confident. That's not that strong of a why. More like a much stronger why is like, I want to lose 10 pounds so that I can love the way I look again, so I can have better energy, so I can provide better for my family, so I can be more productive at work, and so that I can actually improve my health. If you have that why at the start of your day, or if you have that why with you all the time, you are going to stay motivated. So that's super, super huge. Think of your deepest why, right? Your homework after this live is literally write down what's my deepest why? Why are you so motivated to make this change? Write it down and look at it every single day. So that's super, super huge. Now, I want to get more into how do you stay motivated? Nathan was actually really, really good with that, right? He had access to me, and I have the solution to all of Nathan's problems because I've helped many people drop 10, 20, 30 pounds in the past, right? I've also lost weight in the past myself. I dropped 20 pounds earlier last year, and it's just like clockwork now. Nathan utilized that resource. He knew that he had access to me. He could ask a question at any time. It was literally like having me in his pocket at any time. Whenever he had a question, he didn't not ask it. He asked me right away, Aiden, I have a dinner tonight. I don't know, I'm going out to a restaurant tonight. I don't know what I should order. I don't know how I'm going to hit my steps today. I feel anxious. I don't want to go to the gym. He communicated this to me, and I walked him through it, whether that was on a call or a video message or an audio message or texting. I made sure that his questions were answered. I want you to think about this for a second. When you have a problem in your house, right? Say you want to fix your sink. Do you just struggle in silence, or do you do something about it? You look it up on Google, right? You search for that answer. Now, those answers may be generic, and they may not be tailored to you. Imagine if you were in the same position as Nathan, right? And you had a dinner out, and you didn't know what you needed to do in order to lose weight. You were lost, and you didn't ask a question. You would just stay struggling. But Nathan asked me a question every single day. Aiden, how do I get better sleep? How do I lose weight faster? How do I get stronger in the gym? Every single day, Nathan asked me a question. And that's why he was so successful. Because any time that he had a question in his mind, or a doubt, or something he wanted to talk about, he was unsure about something, he didn't just sit with the fact that he didn't know what to do. He asked me, Aiden, what is the solution to my problem? And I gave it to him. Because it's that simple. I give all my clients the resources that they need. And if you're in the 14-day challenge right now, please, please, please ask me as many questions as possible if you're not losing weight, because I'm actually here to answer your questions, right? You're literally a text away from having your problem solved. So if you're watching this right now on the replay or live, and you have questions on why you're not losing weight and you're not asking them, go ahead and ask them. Literally right now, send me a DM. Thank you, Justin. Send me a message, because I'm going to answer your question, because I have the answers to your question. So that's how we did that. Now, I want to talk about how we broke some plateaus. Now, when it comes to weight loss is not just straight down all the time. And I wish it was, because life would be super, super simple. But each pound you lose is harder than the last, right? So going from 290 to 280 is a lot harder than going from 290. Going from 300 to 290 is somewhat easy, but going from 290 to 280 is harder, right? Because your body does not want to let go of the weight, right? Your body's not used to just dropping all the weight, right? We have that weight on us for survival instinct. So every pound you lose is going to be more difficult to lose than the last, right? So what you need to do, what do we do when Nathan maybe hit a plateau? So first of all, we reassessed everything. We didn't drop calories right away, because imagine that we didn't get to the root problem. Every time there was a little plateau, we cut calories. If we did that, Nathan would be eating 1,700 calories and starving himself. So we made sure to I asked Nathan, all right, so you felt you plateaued for this week. All right, so tell me a bit more about your situation. He said, okay, well, I had this dinner out. I haven't used the washroom today. I've been super stressed. There are so many factors that contribute to you not losing weight. So we had to just dial in on that. I asked him, like, I gave him that assessment, not even assessment, I just asked him some questions, and he told me, okay, I've been doing this, and I told him, okay, so what you need to do is, for example, always weigh yourself after you use the washroom, before eating and drinking, or you need to improve your sleep, or you need to track your calories more accurately and estimate less, right? And with doing all of that stuff, we were able to reassess the kind of like the bottlenecks, or where Nathan was going wrong on why he wasn't able to lose weight. We found the problem, and then we just tweaked it so that he was actually able to drop the weight, right? Imagine if Nathan didn't have that type of support whenever because in the past he's like, okay, well, if I'm not losing weight this week, I'm gonna do something crazy like a water only fast, or like a watermelon diet, or like a juice cleanse, and just completely cut my calories. But obviously the weight is all regained back because it's not sustainable. So every single week, I check in with Nathan, and I made sure, okay, how's the weight going? Are we losing weight? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling hungry? And we made sure that we made adjustments. So let's say that you're doing everything right. You're training hard, eating your right calories exactly, and you're sleeping really good, and you're not stressed out, and you're doing everything good. Then in that case, it is actually time to make an adjustment. So sometimes we have to either decrease calories by 100 calories a day. So instead of 2,700 calories, 2,600 calories, or instead of 11,000 steps, bump that up to 13,000 steps. And just like that, Nathan's back on the roll, losing weight again, right? But the biggest thing is, don't just think that as soon as you plateau on a weight loss journey to just cut calories. Really, really, really reassess what you've been doing so that you can not need to just cut calories right away. Double check, is everything working right now? And then if it is, then okay, well, I plateaued. I'll give it another week, and if I still don't lose weight, then I'll make real adjustments like cutting calories or increasing protein. Or increasing steps. So that really is the framework. So just to recap all of this, right? 3 workouts a week, 13,000 steps a day. It didn't start like that, right? If you only have time for 2 hours a week to work out, that's a lot better than 0 times a week, okay? 45 minutes twice a week, 3 times a week is ideal. 4 days a week is also super solid if you have more time. But at least if you can shoot for 3 days a week for 45 minutes, that's enough to give you really, really solid progress. And that's how Nathan was able to do this transformation, because he was just focused on the basics, right? He focused on what mattered most. He didn't focus on, he didn't focus on the craziest stuff. He didn't focus on trying all these new meals, all these new workouts. He just stuck with the basics, stuck on his plan, and with that, he was able to make progress. So 3 workouts a week for 45 minutes, that's all it takes him, and then a morning walk, an evening walk, and then walking around between your sets, because you might as well walk while you're already at the gym. And then if he didn't have his steps for the day, he just hopped on the treadmill, watched his favorite show, or called a friend, called a family member, just so that cardio or getting his steps in went by faster. When it comes to nutrition, we made sure that he was eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So it was a little lower for him, since again, getting that much protein was difficult. So 250 grams to get him down to 275 was absolutely sufficient. When it came to his calories, how to find how many calories you need to eat a day to lose weight, you can write this down in your notes. It's called tdeecalculator.net. You want to punch in your weight, your height, your activity level, and maybe even like a body fat estimate as well. What that's going to do is spit out how many calories you burn by just existing, right? And then with that, you're going to subtract 200 to 500 calories if you have a lot of weight to lose, 500 calories if you've got a bit less weight to lose and you also want to be building muscle in the process. Then you can be doing 200 calorie deficit or 250 calorie deficit. And there we go. So 500 calories under his maintenance with 250 grams of protein. That's literally all it takes. So again, tdeecalculator.net to find that out. When it came to him like staying consistent, what we did was I checked in on him every single week, making sure that everything was good, making sure that he was motivated. Okay, that was more in-depth checking, to be honest. Like every single day I messaged him, Nathan, what's going on? You feeling good? Yo, have the best day of your life, brother. Like I was making sure that every single day he felt like he had accountability on his side. Not to mention that, every single day I had him write down and look at his biggest goal, right? I told him to visualize. How would it feel when you drop these 20 pounds? How would it feel when you get to 200 pounds and you can wear whatever clothes you want and you're light on your feet and you're confident with the way you look? I told him, like, every single day, Nathan, I want you to visualize how good it would feel. And I also told him how I want you to visualize also how would it feel if you gained another 10 pounds. And that was tough because we didn't want to go there. Like he mentioned, if he continued the way that he was going before he started working with me, he could be on like 600-pound life, because generally like he got up to 305 with no stalling in sight. Like he could have just gone up and up and up. So thank goodness, we started working together when we did. Otherwise, like I just do not know where his health would be now. So visualize every day where you want to be and what would happen if you didn't make a change. What would happen if you gained weight? And what would happen if you lost the weight? How much would your life be better? And if you see that every single day and have that strong why, and remember that whenever you don't want to do something, that's going to be huge for you. When you don't want to go to the gym, think, how good is it going to feel when I get down to 200 pounds? And how bad will I feel if I miss the workout? When you don't want to eat that healthy meal, think to yourself, how good is it going to feel when I drop the weight? Versus how bad is it going to feel if I can't move my legs and I'm sitting down on the couch all day, 600-pound life, watching TV, feeling like crap 24/7. How bad is that going to feel? That's going to motivate you every single day. So that's what I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions now, you can drop them in, and I'm going to be good to answer questions for the next 8 minutes. I'm happy to dive deeper into training, nutrition, accountability. Any type of question you have, I'm absolutely happy to help and answer any questions that you might have. So yeah, I'll give you guys a minute to ask a question. But yeah, that is how Nathan was able to drop 17 pounds in just these last 8 weeks. He's really been crushing it. He's been working with me since I guess the end of January now. So yeah, it's about 8 weeks, and we've got no stalling is in sight. We're gonna make sure that the weight keeps on dropping down. We've got a lot of wiggle room. His steps aren't super high, only at 13,000. If you think that's high, it's not. Just go on a walk outside and you'll be halfway there, right? Doing his workouts, and that's been the biggest thing. But yeah, we have a lot of wiggle room. He's still eating 2,600 calories, and the food is super filling, so he's not always hungry, and that's been huge. So yeah, thank you everybody who's tuned in, and I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay, so great question. The ideal amount of sleep each night. I'm gonna go deep into this. So obviously we have all heard the 8 hours a night, and let me tell you why. Like that's actually so important. Now, I used to struggle with my sleep a lot, and I always ask myself, okay, why am I not losing weight? Why is my scale not going down, and why do I still have like fat on my body? It's because I was sleeping like sub 7 hours a night. You might think 7 hours is a lot, and it's really not. Okay, I know that we all have super busy lives, but you want to get 8 hours of sleep a night. And how do you actually do that? You go to bed like without your phone, you read a bit before, and you wake up at the same time every single day. So 8 hours in bed, 9 hours in bed equates to 8 hours of sleep. And what do I mean by that, right? We take maybe 30 minutes to doze off, and then maybe we wake up in the middle of the night and our sleep is a bit disturbed. So 8.5, okay, let's say 8.5 hours, let's be generous. I want you to be in bed from say 10 to 6:30. That's going to be in bed 8.5 hours, and out of those 8.5 hours that you're actually lying down, that's 8 hours of sleep. Now do your best to actually get those 8 hours, because that's going to be huge. And if we're getting sub 7 hours, sub 6 hours, don't expect to lose weight, just because getting like sub 6 hours of sleep is why you feel like probably groggy, why you aren't able to lose the weight. And not to mention that when you have a bad sleep, your cravings and hunger the next day are through the roof. And I've experienced this many times, right? On a day where I get a bad sleep, I realize, oh my god, I'm actually very hungry today. I'm hungry at a time where I'm not usually hungry, all because I got a bad sleep. And over time, you're gonna be like, okay. And over time of getting a bad sleep and having cravings to deal with every single day, you're making it harder for yourself. Every single day you need to face the cravings. And eventually you're gonna give in, you're gonna eat all the food, and you're gonna completely destroy your weeks of progress. So that's why it's so important to get good sleep. Not only are you gonna feel more refreshed, more awake, more alive during training, but you're also gonna make better decisions. You're gonna be less hungry. So it's extremely important that you actually get 8.5 hours of sleep. And I've had many other clients as well. Actually, this is a big thing for Nathan as well. Nathan really struggled with going on his phone late at night. He was sometimes up at like 2, 3 a.m., literally like watching YouTube or Instagram reels. And then that made him wake up at like noon the next day. And he felt like pretty crappy, he felt tired, and his whole day was literally like starting late. So what I had him do is actually, before he goes to bed, put his phone in another room. I actually told him, set an alarm for like 10 p.m. that says, put phone in the other room. I was like, all right, good. Like, I told him like, all right, bro, good night. Like, put your phone in the other room. I'll talk to you in the morning. And then he did that. With putting his phone in the other room, he didn't feel the need to scroll. And what he did instead of scrolling was actually read a self-improvement book, which actually taught him how to level up in other areas of life, taught him maybe how to be more disciplined, more motivated, how to stay on track more, how to have a better mindset. So instead of scrolling, he was doing like the most productive thing possible, which was learning. And when you read it before you bed, nothing puts you out to bed. Like nothing really makes you go to sleep faster than reading. So instead of scrolling and getting that dopamine, that blue light in your eyes, which actually pushes your melatonin, like it disrupts your melatonin, and it actually like will make you go to sleep like way later and disturb your sleep, put your phone in another room. If you have, literally, like, I highly recommend all my clients, and a lot of them do this as well, like if you can wake up with an Apple Watch, set a timer or alarm for that, that's huge. Even use your laptop to set an alarm, or you can just buy your old-fashioned alarm clock. And what that's going to allow you to do is wake up without your phone in your room. And then just like that, you're not scrolling as soon as you wake up, and you're not scrolling the second you go to bed. So that's what I have for you guys. So if you guys have any other questions, I've got another 2 minutes, and then I do have to jump on another call. But yeah, that's that. Thank you everyone who has, hopped on this call. I really appreciate you guys. If you're in the 14-day challenge, let's go. Let's kill it. It's only day 2, and we've got a lot more progress to make. So keep eating those healthy meals, keep hitting the gym, and big things are happening. So awesome. All right, y'all. Take care.